everyone, it's your friend Thinknoodles, and welcome to Ask Think episode number 110 for Monday, July 7th, 2014. Now, I asked you guys a question last week that I wanted you to answer, and here are some of the answers. And the first one is from Ashley, and she said I would scream and jump on them and take selfies, and then be fine with the restraining order that would soon come after. And this is kind of a theme that you guys are a little bit violent with the celebrities you'd be meeting. So I'm a little worried about meeting you guys on the street. The next couple of people said that they would take a selfie with a PH, like my Chocobo in Hexit. Miku Hatsuni said I'd just get their phone number and be their best friend. Try not to freak out. And this is Josh, a voice, saying, trying not to freak out like a schoolgirl. And then Magic Fire would fangirl and then kidnap them with a sack. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Now, CJ King said they would probably poop their pants, and other people said pee their pants. This person said, if I saw a famous person, I will scream at the top of my lungs and ask for an autograph and ride in a limousine and steal their money. You see, again, violence and theft. Michelle Liu said that, you know, she would be nice to the celebrity and suggest my channel, so I liked that quite a bit. John said that they would introduce themselves, and if they ignore them, just punch them in the face. Only Dead Chicken said if I saw someone famous, I'd remember all these people that think these celebrities and famous people are so great. They're just human and no different from others, and that is true. I have met celebrities before, and they're really just normal people, and they're really nice. So don't be afraid to those of you guys who said I'd be afraid or hide in a corner or anything like that. They're just regular people. Tin Makatan said if I saw someone famous, I would disguise myself as them and then freak them out. Then Alvina says that she would shout, Thinknoodles and Kobe are better than you. Alejandro said that they would steal their socks. I don't know why, but I would. Wait a minute. Is Kobe using your YouTube account? Because that's exactly what Kobe would do. Kobe the Kitten says, if I saw someone famous, I would be like, is it Think? And if not, just walk away. Here's another punching in the face and a wedgie on top of that. Funny channel, another sack, throw them in a potato sack and kidnap them and drive home, saying, derpa herpa, derpa herpa, derpa herp. X-Real Gaming Ep said if they saw someone famous, they would run around in circles upside down while screaming the banana voice. And let's see, Sergio Sanchez said, if I met a celebrity, I would ask them, can I smell you? And Kevin Kirkham had a really, really detailed one. If it was Miley Cyrus or Justin Bieber, I would throw a rock at them. If it was a regular famous person, but not one I necessarily like, I would just stop and say, hey, aren't you? And maybe an autograph. If it was a person I like, I would ask for an autograph. And if it was you, I'd say, oh my God, it's Thinknoodles. Make you sign a bunch of things and take 10 selfies. That was pretty awesome. And Futuristic MC said, if I saw someone famous, I'd disguise myself as someone else. Push them off a building, again, with the violence. However, then they would undisguise themselves and save the celebrity and be the big hero. And then Average Irish Gamer said, if I saw someone famous, what would I do? Well, I'm kind of a celebrity myself. I'm only 999,993 subs away from 1 million. If you guys can do the math. It's so close, I can smell it like I can smell the neighbor's barbecue. Barbecue, and they get totally distracted and forget about the celebrities. All right, guys, so I think next week's question, since summer is pretty much in full swing for everyone, what do you have planned? What special vacation, or what are you looking forward to doing this summer? Now, before we get to the questions, I want to remind you to leave your question in the comments below so I can have something to answer next week. Remember, only one question per comment, but you can leave as many comments as you like. Also, if the comments on this Ask Think are closed, go to the most recent Ask Think and ask your question there. Now, on to the questions. And the first one, well, it's not really a question, and it wasn't even on Ask Think, but I had to feature this because it was on one of my Thinks Labs videos. I think it was on the 4th of July feast one, and this is one of the comment chains, and it was, Thinky Noodles went to town riding on a Kobe, and then they continued it, took a noodle from his bowl and called it Mantequilla. So that was great. I loved how the three of them collaborated and came up with that. That was amazing, and I had to feature it. So Abdiel Martinez says, are you tired of doing Ask Think? No way. It's one of my favorite series. I love getting questions from you guys. I love answering the questions from you guys, and I love your reactions to me answering your questions and getting on Ask Think. I just really, really enjoy the interaction with you guys. Sour Pickle Jar says, hey, Think, what did you do for the 4th of July? I recorded and edited Think's Lab for Saturday because my wife had to work for most of Friday. She got home before the fireworks and everything, but she had to work for most of the day, so I did work too, and then she had Saturday off. And the next couple of people ask about fireworks and if I did any and if it's noisy, etc. And no, not really. You see, we are not allowed in New York State, and I think even in New Jersey. I know Massachusetts. I don't know about Connecticut, but a lot of the states in New England, fireworks are illegal. So we're not allowed to buy them or use them at all, and especially in the city because, you know, people would think bombs are going off and stuff, and it's just no. So we were not allowed to use them here. I know that some of my friends do drive all the way to Pennsylvania and buy them there because they are allowed there, and then they bring them back, but you're really not supposed to. But no, I didn't do any, and it wasn't really that loud because no one does them around here. And this year, the New York's Macy's fireworks were on the east side, so they were far enough away that I could barely hear them. When they're on the west side, I can hear them better, but no, it wasn't loud at all, and it didn't scare Kobe or anything like that. Jordana Garland asked, did New York get Hurricane Arthur? Nope, we got a little bit of wind, but that's about it. Tintin Makatantan says, I like commenting. Okay. The next couple of people ask about Instagram and what my Instagram name is and whether I could get it. And I remember, or you guys probably, some of you remember, a bunch of Ask Things ago I said I didn't have one. And that actually wasn't true. I didn't think I had one, but it turns out that I had already signed up for one at that point. And I do have one. It's Thinknoodles. There's no underscores or spaces or anything like that. It's just the username straight up. And there's one picture on it of Kopi. So that's how you know if it's the real one. I don't really use it, but you're welcome to follow it if you like. AJHQ says, hey, Think, did you hear that McDonald's now has catering? It's like a huge amount of food. In my case, it's a lot of calories and fat. Well, I didn't know that, but I did know, and it's a common thing here in New York City, is that McDonald's delivers to just about anywhere. The Platinum Gamer says, this is probably a dumb question, but on YouTube, can sound effects be considered as copyright? Noodle on. That's not a dumb question at all. Yes, sound effects can be copyrighted. People can say, I made this sound effect and I created it myself, just like music, and it can be copyrighted. Now, I know that with YouTube's recent updates to the video manager and stuff, there is that creator studio, and if you go down to, like, I think it's creation or something like that, they have a ton of royalty-free sound effects that you can use and not have to worry about copyrights. Brittany Cook asks, where can you get a Thinknoodles t-shirt or hoodie? Please answer. Well, if you go to my channel, just youtube.com/Thinknoodles, in the upper bar, it'll say like merchandise shop or t-shirt shop or something like that. Or in the description of pretty much any of my videos, you can find links to the various Spreadshirt stores where you can get t-shirts and iPhone cases and stuff like that. The Dodger asks, Think, do you hate it that little kids watch your channel? No, not at all. I love it. I'm a little kid myself, so the fact that younger viewers like my channel, I think it's because of just the kind of person that I am and the kind of, or the age group of kids I get along with. So I love it. Totally love it. Dumb Nut says, hey, Think, here's my question. I want to get a camera for the start of my YouTube channel. What kind of camera do you have and how much did it cost? Well, I don't know what you're exactly talking about, whether you're talking about the camera I use for some of the real life stuff, or if you're talking about the screen capture program I use. As far as the camera that I use for real life stuff, that's a camera that's not really technically for YouTube. That's a camera I use for photography, and it also happens to take good video and has great lenses, because that's one of the things I like to do, especially on vacation, I like to take pictures. And so that I would definitely not recommend for the start of a YouTube channel. It's a fairly expensive camera, and not suitable. But if you're talking about a screen recorder, I do have a Mac, and I have been using ScreenFlow a lot for most of my YouTube career, but lately I've been using another capture program, which is cheaper than ScreenFlow. So if those of you guys are out there using Macs, you're like, wow, ScreenFlow is like $100. That's so expensive, I can't afford it. There is a program called Voila, and you can find it in the Mac App Store. Mac App Store, and that's VOA. And it's between $20 and $30, which is more reasonable. It has really, really basic editing, way more basic than ScreenFlow. And I've been using that lately to capture, especially for Things Lab, and then export it to Final Cut Pro and do my editing there. Angela, you ask, do you plan on moving soon? Just curious. Noodle on. Why? Are you getting close to tracking me down? No, actually, we are signing a new lease, so we'll be here at least another year. Antoine Carter asks, think, what would you say is a perfect vacation? Well, I mean, okay. I would say a perfect vacation has to have a beach involved. For me, this is personal because I like warm weather and I love to go scuba diving and swimming and all that stuff. So it's got to have a beach. It's got to be remote enough that you can't, remote enough that it's really expensive to use your cell phone or your data plan. So it's got to be a place that's sort of out of the country enough that you can just say, oh, I'm not going to use that. And ooh, the Wi-Fi, the hotel charges $30 a day for a Wi-Fi. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to do that. Once you have all those things in place, you have a beach and you have disconnectivity. That's a real perfect vacation because you can actually just say, well, what else am I going to do except relax in this beauty? So yeah, those are the two things. Lolboy says, do you collect anything? For example, I have a coin collection in which I have the coins of every country I visited till now. That's awesome. I used to collect coins as a kid too, but it was before I went traveling. So everything I had collected was US currency, and I collected like pennies and quarters and nickels and dimes, the old ones like buffalo nickels and wheat pennies and things like that. And I had a lot of fun with that. I had those little books that I would stick them in because it would have like 1939 and you'd stick the penny in, and it'd say 1939 Denver, and you'd stick it in 1939 Philadelphia, and you'd stick all the different ones in from the different mints and stuff. And I really, really enjoyed like completing the pages. Cadence Sparks said, think, where would you see yourself now if you didn't marry your wife? I'd probably still be living in California. I don't think I would have come to the East Coast. Not because I don't like it. It's just that being so far away on the West Coast and not really knowing anyone out here on the East Coast, I would never have given it a chance. So I'd be living in California still, I imagine. I might still be working for Cisco Systems. Wouldn't be as happy. That is for sure 100%. Wouldn't be as happy. And I mean, who knows? I may have found my way to YouTube obviously in a different path and be here too, but I really highly doubt it. I really think that I would just be working a corporate job right now. Ashley Davis asks, is your wife ever home when you're recording, like sleeping or something, or is she always at work? She's always at work. I do, if she's going to be home or if she's working an overnight shift and I know the next day she's going to be home asleep, I make sure to record my videos a day in advance so that I don't disturb her while she's sleeping. The only time I'm ever recording and she's home is when she's in one of the videos. Random Magikarp asks, when was the last time Kopi yawned? 10 minutes ago. I mean, she always yawns as soon as she wakes up. And even when she's awake, she just yawns all the time. She is a lazy, lazy dog. Dana Sofia Reyes Ayala says, think in your Draw My Life, did you draw that? No. And man, I really, really wish that I had been more, and it didn't occur to me when I made the video, but I wish I had been more explicit about when I was making it. And I said I can't really draw. And even on the screen, even though on the screen it says, you know, someone else drew this and it shows the artist's drawing of herself, I should have said, you know, I can't really draw, and I didn't draw this, you know, and but because so many people put on there and say, wow, you can't draw, you really can draw, and I really wish I'd been more explicit about that, but no, I did not draw that. I wish I could draw like that. Overpowered Whale says, think, when are you gonna upload more videos of Kopi? Good question. Man, I really, really need to do one. I had plans for one. She's got this, like, it's a lizard. Well, it's not really hers, but we won it somewhere. We brought it home, and Kopi hates it. I mean, Kopi loves just about everything, but this lizard toy thing, she hates it. And I was thinking of a way to, like, put like a GoPro on Kobe's head and put like a GoPro on the lizard and start them, filming each other at the same time, and like have like the Kobe view of like her attacking the lizard, and then have like in a little box like a face cam. Well, not really a face cam, but the lizard's view of Kobe coming at it. I don't know. It probably would never work, and it'd look dumb. But but in my eyes, in my head, it's like, oh, that would be like this epic attack video. But I don't know. I'll think of something this summer. The next couple of people ask about it being the summer holiday and whether I'd be uploading 2 to 3 videos a day, etc. And guys, so I did that over last summer, and I'm not going to do it this summer. The reason is because last summer I felt like I had to get 3 videos a day, and if I didn't get 3 videos a day, it was a failure. And a lot of what I was focusing on, rather than quality of content, was volume of content. I wanted to get 3 videos a day because that's what everybody else was doing. So everybody was like, oh yeah, come on, let's record. And I felt like my video quality was really diminished because I was only focusing on numbers, and I was just trying to get a video out there, and of course I was having fun and being, and it was funny and stuff like that, but the real quality content that I spent a lot of time on, there's no way I could do 2 to 3 of those a day. So I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, and I mean, I will probably add more mini games here and there, like Hunger Games and things like that, more often. And that will give us, sometimes 2 a day, and on I guess, usually on Tuesdays and Fridays I do 2. Well, at least on Tuesdays, I know that for sure. It's Hexit and Pixel Core, but yeah, there's no way I'm going to be doing 3 videos a day all summer long, because it will just really, really eat into the quality of my content, and I'm really more, I feel it's more fulfilling to make quality content for you guys that you guys can enjoy. Emerald Lily says, have you ever taken computer programming? If so, did you take it as a freshman? I want to take it so bad, but my sister says I shouldn't. What should I do? Think help. Yeah, I did take computer programming a lot. I didn't take it as a freshman, but not because I wanted to stay away from it because I was a freshman, just because there really wasn't any opportunity for it. Computers were not, I mean, yes, the computers were common, but as far as programming for computers, it's nothing like it is today. I feel like computer programming is almost nowadays like learning a foreign language. And I think everybody should know some form of programming, because like I said, it is like a foreign language, and learning a foreign language, and it's something that you need some proficiency in for the real world. I mean, you may think, oh, I'm going to take a programming class and I'm never going to use it again, but that may not be true. I mean, you may learn a few things, some concepts that, then you'll be working for a Fortune 500 company and working, I don't know, something in their accounting department or statistics, and they'll throw you an Excel spreadsheet and you want to do something advanced with it, and you can draw on your old programming knowledge and say, oh, I know how to do that if I do this cell and that cell and this cell and that cell, and you can remember that from your programming, and it sort of forms that shape in your brain. So I think you should. My first programming course I did take when I was a junior, but that was because I transferred schools and they actually had a computer science department. Crossbow asks, how do you handle severe pains? And Siad says, soothing, peaceful, and delicious mantequilla. Probably not the best analgesic, but I really don't ever get severe pain, and the one time that I did, it was tooth pain. I curled up on the couch and cried like a baby. It was really, really searingly painful. I don't handle pain well. That's the answer. I just don't. BurnRay99 says, since you use Final Cut Pro X to edit, do you record a ScreenFlow, export, and then edit with Final Cut and export again? Like I said earlier, and I probably should have included this, but I use Voila and then export from there, which is basically just a copy function because it's already encoded, and then yeah, I import it to Final Cut and then export again. Key Lime Gaming asks, what's your thoughts on the item adder fiasco that's going on in CP right now? I don't know much about this one specifically, but I do know that item adders have been a thing, and sort of a thorn in Club Penguin's side for a long time. I don't know if it's becoming more apparent or more used, but I do know that they have bait items and things like that that people will add on accident, like the beta hat and things like that, and because they want them, and then get their accounts banned. So I don't know if you're asking whether I think you should try it or anything like that. Definitely stay away, because you could easily lose your account. The next couple of people ask, how did you move your submarine? And you guys may recognize their names. They might have been in the video, and they might know exactly how I did it. But, so guys, if you didn't watch it, I'll put a link in the description, but I took my submarine on an adventure to one of the Guardian temples underwater, finally. And, the way that I did it was video editing. And actually, what I did, and I'm going to be publishing a video later today, and you guys can watch it, and it shows it shows exactly how I did it. What I did was, after building most of the submarine, at the new, at my base, I hopped into a boat and went to find a water temple. And once I found it, I sunk to the bottom, built a nether portal, and sort of built a path from there back to my nether portal at my treehouse, and then started carrying items back and forth, and built a second copy of the submarine. I'm not really sure how long it took. I should have, I don't know, set a stopwatch or something. It took a period of a little over a week of working on it every single day, 2 to 3 hours each day. So, I mean, I would have said, well, actually, that's a lot more than I thought. I would have said 8 hours or so, but it's probably more like 15. No, it couldn't be. No, it's probably 8 to 12 hours. It was actually really wasn't. The hardest part was just getting the outer shell, getting it, because you're starting from so deep underwater. But if you guys ever want to do something like that, build something underwater, pointers, really easy. You want a respiration helmet. You want what is it, aqua affinity on that helmet. You're gonna want the depth strider boots, make you go so much faster underwater. You're gonna want speed potions. You're gonna want night vision potions, and you're gonna want water breathing potions. And if you do that, if you have all of that, the way that you move there is almost like creative mode. You're underwater. You're moving a lot quicker because of the depth strider and the speed, and you can float up and down. So it actually almost is easier than building on top of the water, but you have to have all these status effects. Now, before we move to the next question, please, guys, don't hate on the people that were in the video, or me, because I've noticed a lot of the comments were revolving around, he didn't choose me, or it's not fair that he only chose a couple of people, and I can't choose everyone. I wish I could invite all 280,000 of you onto my server to do a video with me, but it's just not workable. And I thought that it would be awesome to involve a few of my subscribers, and I'll do this again, and I'll do it with some of the same people and other people and all that stuff. But I wanted to be the kind of YouTuber that I am and involve you guys and interact with you guys, which is what I love to do. And that's why I did it on that video. And please don't hate on them, and don't hate on me for involving you guys in it. I know I couldn't involve all of you, but I thought it would be awesome to involve some of you. Ruby Solano says, hey, Think, how do you get Kevin to talk and make noises? Well, if you didn't watch, I made a video called something along the lines, it's like how I made the Wizard of Oz, and I'll put that in the description as well. And you can check it out because I did show a couple of scenes where it was before I made Kevin talk and after I made Kevin talk, so you can see the editing on how I added the sounds and the text. Gracie and Spats TV says, Think since Maximus died, you're getting another cat and blah, 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 well, babies and et cetera, et cetera. And anyway, yes, I will get another cat. Of course, it's going to be a boy so that Fluffy and the boy cat can make babies. Scalia Young says, will 181 or 182 come out, or is it just snapshots? No, once the snapshots, a snapshot is just a beta version. Once the snapshots are stable, Mojang has said, okay, we've added everything we're going to add. We're going to optimize the performance. We're going to bring out some release candidates. After the release candidates come 1.8. And then they'll do some bug fixes in 1.81 and 1.82, like we have 1.7.10. So if you just keep waiting, it will come out. Nick Schoenfield says, think when I load the Elite Pixelmon Island map, there's no Poke Center or Pokemart. How do I fix this? You can't. The original map does not have our added structures in it. Those were custom built. The player Joseph says, in Thinks Lab, can you keep repeating the same minion name if you don't get it, or do you have to pick a new name for the next video? No, of course not. You can keep repeating the same minion name because that's the one you want. Carson Smith says, I don't remember if you said anything about Optifine in your survival series. Did you explain it? Could you bring it back? Well, there is, as far as I know, no Optifine for snapshots. So right now, I can't bring it back. Ava Fairley asks, how do you play multiplayer on Minecraft? Well, you just click the multiplayer button and then you enter in a server IP address. There's probably one in the description here, coremc.us, and you can do that and play with other people. Now, if you mean make a survival world in multiplayer Minecraft, that's quite a bit more complicated. And what I would recommend, because I've tried it myself and I think it's amazing, is check into Realms. It's built into your Minecraft client. It's really easy to use and you can play with your friends on it. Squishy9182 says, I think I noticed you haven't been posting any more MHC videos. Did you forget or did you just lose interest? It would be great if you answered this because I really want to know, and I think others do too. Well, you know, I did lose interest at the end of that series because I'd gotten to a point where I was like, okay, I'm good. Now I've got 4 episodes left. You know, I wasn't worried about dying. It wasn't that scary anymore. And it was more maintenance than anything. And it just wasn't all that exciting. And the viewership really dropped off. And I saw in that series more than any other series on my channel ever. People would say, I hate this series. It's, you know, it's the worst series on his channel, etc., etc. And so I decided not to continue it because I didn't have a ton of fun with it after the first 3 or 4 episodes. And you guys didn't either. Moily Green says, think I noticed in the titles of your survival series you've been adding those music quotes. Are you going to put all those titles together and turn them into a song or something? Nope, those are just the lyrics or titles of the Beatles songs. Cool Dude 233 says, how did you call the minions to jump at the same time in the 4th of July mod? They did that naturally. It had to do with them sitting in the chairs on that mod using the whatever furniture mod I used in that. I can't remember, but it's in the description. But yeah, they wouldn't really sit in the chairs and they just kept jumping. Jay Johnson asks, can you send me a link to the 1.8 snapshot? It's actually in your client already. If you click edit profile, you can enable the developmental snapshots and play them right through there. Mark Solis says, are you the voice of Kevin? In a lot of cases, yes. In a few, no. But in most cases, yep, that's me. Peyton Eek asks, are you ever going to make a video about how to install a mod? Yes, I recorded the Mac version or Mac part of that yesterday. And in the next couple of days, because I have no idea how to record in Windows, once I figure that out, I'm going to record a video in Windows on how to install mods in Windows. And then you guys can have both. The Red Jack 5 Gamer says, hey, did you know Minecraft come to Wii U and they have a PS3 Minecraft game? Do you have any of those consoles and could you try and get some gameplay? I have a PS3 and an Xbox 360, but I did not know that it was coming out on Wii U. I've heard that if it did, it would work really well with the Wii U gamepad. Emmy Horan asks, do you know when bunnies are coming out the snapshot? Also, will you name them when you get it? They are out in last week's snapshot, the 14W27 string. I think it's 27B right now, maybe C, but I think it's B. And they are out. I haven't upgraded to that one yet. I usually wait a week or 2 before upgrading to the most recent snapshot because I just worry about the problems that people have been experiencing with the most recent snapshots. Kev Ben on Ball and 9, what's the hardest minigame you played on MC? Anything with parkour or jumping or trying to land on platforms, those are my hardest minigames ever. Shimmer Star asks, are the Hunger Games on the core based off the book The Hunger Games? I noticed a lot of similarities between the two. Yes, actually, that is very observant of you. When I told them that we really needed Hunger Games because I like to play the Hunger Games, and that would be what I played the most on the server. They said, well, we want to make it unique. We don't want to make it like everybody else's Hunger Games. We're going to code it from scratch, and we want to give it a twist. And their idea was to make it like the books and movies. Adam Bridgewater asks, what is Minecraft Realms? And I gave you a little bit of info about it before, but basically Minecraft Realms is your own server on Minecraft, but it's in your Minecraft client. You don't have to play with it or check for certain amounts of RAM and things like that. All you have to do is click the Realms button, and you can set up your world. You can upload worlds to it now too in 1.7.10. I've uploaded the Noodle Planet just to see how it looks. Obviously, it deleted all my inventory because it's 1.7, and my world is actually a 1.8 world. But wow, I was really, really impressed. No lag at all. Faith Whitty asks, how did you get all this stuff in the 4th of July celebration on the TV? It was just editing. It was very similar. I mean, actually, you know what's funny? I was telling someone about this. I was like, you know, people are focusing, and he did too, people are focusing on the TV editing part, which was really, really easy. The hard part that no one really noticed, which now you guys will, but because I'm pointing it out, but when I brought up the invitation, maps in Minecraft cannot be that high resolution. What I did is I had a PNG file, and that was edited in as I pull the map up to my face. I edited it frame by frame and slid it up with the map, and no one caught it, which to me is awesome because that means my editing was so good that no one even asked. Peter Quee says, hey, think which of these do you like? Splendiferous spaghetti lip, linking linguine, chewy chow mein, undeniable udon, flowing fettuccine, or spicy ramen. I like all of them, and I do too. You made them sound so delicious with those adjectives. Luigi Ben says, hey, Think, I have a quick interrupting Buffle. Well, I guess I won't get to answer your question because the interrupting Buffle interrupted you. So I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, and of course, noodle on!